Well, hello, good people. It's your man, Cowboys Star. We're back at you again today. Hope you all are having a great weekend, a great Sunday. It won't be long. It'll be the NFL draft will be upon us, and boy, is that going to be interesting. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in this video. But first, I wanted to report that one Michael Irvin, that's right, Michael Irvin, former Dallas Cowboy, uh, great of the 90s, he finally made an appearance since all this has gone on with him and this accuser at the Marriott Hotel in Arizona back at the Super Bowl. There has been a little bit of news, but first I would like to just line a few things out here that Marriott has finally filed a formal complaint, and the complaint that was filed has allegations, but the only funny thing about it is they never named the accuser in these allegations. So we still don't know the name of the girl that so say has filed this complaint to her bosses at the Marriott that has caused Michael Irvin to temporarily at least lose his jobs with ESPN and the NFL Network. So this is all kind of cloudy to me. You know what I mean? To me, you have a right, and I think it is legally, you have a right to know who your accuser is in any kind of a lawsuit situation. So number one, first of all, to me, this is what is wrong with this total. That's one of the things that's wrong with this lawsuit that has been filed by the Marriott. They go through the whole shebang of how the NFL Network set him up at this hotel because they are a hotel of the NFL. So naturally, they would set him up at that particular hotel that week at the NFL, you know, NFL Super Bowl. But that's kind of irrelevant, but they do have to include that in there. But they accuse Michael of being visibly intoxicated upon entering the hotel into the bar area and that he flagged down the accuser. Now, I don't know if you all seen this video. It is on, it is made public. It is on YouTube. You can look it up. I looked it over. I blew it up. I don't see where he flagged her down. I mean, it was like almost like she saw him coming in, or somebody told her that he was coming into the hotel, and that you have to round a corner there to get to the side of the bar area where they caught him on camera with her. And to me, it just looks like she made herself available to him, and then he's a friendly person. He said hi to her, and the part about her feeling uncomfortable and all, I just don't see that in the video. If that's all the video that they released, I just don't see any parts of it that where she seemed uncomfortable about anything that he did. Now there is one point where she backs up, but if you look closely, they're kind of standing at in the doorway of the bar area at that time, and a gentleman is walking around them to enter into the bar area. And at that point, Michael Irvin moves back away from the entrance so the man can get through, and of course he's going to approach closer to her. In other words, he was telling her, come on, let's back over here and get out of the way of the entrance to this bar area. That's the only time I saw her back up, and it was only because Michael Irvin was trying to get out of the way of the patrons that were trying to enter into the bar. And to boot, he had a jacket in his left hand that he so say touched her with. I mean, I know Michael Irvin was good at football and catching balls and all that kind of good stuff, but I mean, when you got something in your hand, clenched in your hand, it's kind of hard to be touching somebody. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, I'm no lawyer. I don't know anything about law other than common sense. And to me, looking at this video, it's just preposterous of these accusations. She asked him if there was anything she could do for him, and he touches her on the arm, making her back up. I didn't see that part. The only time I seen him touch her on the arm was when they were moving out of the way of the entrance, like I just said. Uh, they had a brief conversation, and he said, according to her, he allegedly said that she should look him up on the internet. He's a former pro football player, and he asked her if she watched football, and she said no. And at that point, he said, "Well, you should look me up. I used to play for the Cowboys and all this kind of stuff." But looking at the video, I just don't. I don't see the stress, nor did she back away, other than the time when he was trying to get out of the way of the patrons that were entering the bar. To me, this is just all a big money grab situation. Somebody's trying to get some money. I can't believe the Marriott would be in on something like this, being a big company like they are, but you never know this day and time. I guess Michael might have to change his approach. Well, Michael Irvin did make his way back in public over the weekend at an autograph signing, which I was glad to see him do that. It's showing that he's not hiding in any way. He's not trying to be in the public eye. And he did the same thing he did in that video, if not even more. I mean, he took pictures with females, males. I mean, put his arm around them. I mean, take a picture. I mean, that's just Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin is kind of he's that type of a nice guy. He likes to, one thing he hasn't done though is he has not, talked bad about the NFL. He hasn't talked bad about the NFL Network, anything to do with any of his jobs. But to me, I just don't see how they can keep him from working since he has not been formally indicted or accused of anything that would incriminate him at his job. That's just my opinion. I'm not a lawyer, but to me, I'll be glad when this is over with, because I just think it's an unjust thing that's going on with Michael. But in other news, the draft, as you know, is approaching. Won't be long that we'll find out who the Cowboys are going to take at number 26. I think if Bijan Robinson is not there at number 26, I think the Cowboys are going to take a tight end. There's a couple of really good tight ends. Washington is one of them, and there's a Dalton guy that's out there and they're both big guys. Look like they are prototype tight ends Cowboys could use. Of course, we do have Jake Ferguson and we have Hendershot. If we don't end up drafting a tight end, we may go out in free agency. Who knows? I doubt it. I think the Cowboys are just about done in free agency. They have brought Jonathan Hankins back. They have signed him back in free agency, so that's a good thing. We need that big garbage can full of dirt guy in the middle of the line. So pretty much that is all I've got. You gave me 10 minutes, and I tell you what, I got you caught up on Michael Irvin and the latest news on the Cowboys in free agency and in the draft. Draft's coming up in a couple of weeks. Remains to be seen what the Cowboys are going to do. Like I said, it ought to be interesting. With that being said, don't forget to subscribe to the Cowboy Star, and we'll get back at you again if something else breaks. Have a good one. We'll catch you later. I'm out.